How's it going, everybody? This is Dan Kelly here with another Codex review for the Codex Station. Today, I'll be reviewing the six-issue miniseries, Agents of Atlas from Marvel Comics. It was released between October 2006 and March 2007. It was written by Jeff Parker, pencils by Leonard Kirk, inks by Chris Justice and Terry Pallett, colors by Michelle Madsen, letters by Art Monkey's Dave Lamphere, and covers by Tom Coker. This was a sort of follow-up, sort of sequel to an issue of What If that came out in June 1978, What Is issue 9, which was titled What If the Avengers Had Fought Evil During the 1950s. While it was just a what if story, it was later made canon a few years before this series came out in the Avengers Forever maxi series. It features the 1950s Marvel characters Jimmy Woo, Marvel Boy, Venus, Namora, M11 the Human Robot, and Gorilla Man. The story is that this was a team that formed in the 1950s to save President Eisenhower after he was kidnapped by the villain Yellow Claw. After they saved him, they decided to stay around as a team and operated for about 6 months or so, according to the story, before the US government asked them to disband. And for most of them, they didn't see each other again for a while. They were reformed at the start of this series, which was present day for when this book was put out in the mid 2000s. They were reformed to investigate the Atlas Corporation, which was a mysterious underground organization that seemed to be involved in a lot of things around the world. It was after Jimmy Woo had long since left the FBI and joined S.H.I.E.L.D. and had led a team underground to what he thought was the base of the Atlas Corporation. And something ends up happening where his entire team is killed except for him, and he's badly injured. And the rest of his team, kind of one member at a time, come and reform and save him. And they ended up, Marvel Boy ends up using his alien ship and technology to heal him, but it's to where Jimmy Woo was the last time he saw him in the 50s. So while he's young again, his memories, he doesn't have any memories of anything from the past 50 years. So he has to go by all of the investigation notes that he had done, and they have to piece together what he was doing and what he was working on, all while being on the run from S.H.I.E.L.D., who don't sanction this at all. And it's a really interesting story. The story's great. It's a good mystery, a lot of good twists and turns along the way. An ending that, when I was reading it, it's not something that I saw coming. It takes a lot of these 50s characters from Marvel that were not being used, and for a lot of them hadn't been used in a long time. Really gives a lot of depth to their character, makes them very interesting. The art looks great. It really fits with the story, fits with the tone of the story. And it really, like I said, it takes these forgotten characters and shows that, even though they were created a long time ago, that there's still life to them. There's not really anything I dislike about the story. I remember buying it when it came out, and it was just one of my favorite reads every month. After this, they did a short-lived ongoing series, which only lasted 11 issues. And then they did a short-lived ongoing series after that only lasted, I think, 6 or 7 issues. And they did a couple crossovers with the X-Men and Avengers. And then, years later, they brought it back as a completely different team. But yeah, really the only negative I had for it was that it didn't last longer. It was a fantastic book, well written, definitely something different than a lot of the other stuff that was out at the time, and really a lot different than a lot of the stuff that's out now. And I just honestly can't highly recommend it enough. I would rate this a 9.5 out of 10. It's about as perfect as a comic miniseries could be, in my opinion. So again, I've been Dan Kelly. You can find me on Instagram page at Dan Kelly Art. You can search hashtag Dan Kelly Art and find my stuff. And this has been another Codex review for the Codex Station. Make sure to hit like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on all the different social medias. And until next time, I'll catch you by the spinner rack.